Dear students, next we can see government formation or the formation of government. There is a natural process that the party that wins the majority of seats in a legislature forms the government, and those who are winning the majority of the seats they are forming the government. There is a saying that representative democracy means the rule of the majority, and the representative democracy means the rule of the majority. Those who are winning the majority they are forming the government. The government should represent the largest number of the people. Many times, one single party does not get a clear majority. In that case, a group of parties combine to form the government. This is known as the coalition government. Then, what is the coalition government? It is in many times the one single party. They are not the political party. They are not able to get the majority in the parliament. So, the many parties they are combining to form the government. This is known as the coalition government. Alternately, the political party with the largest number of seats can form the government if it receives the support of other parties and independent candidates. And the sometimes the political party with the large number of the seats they can form the government. And we can see here the opposition. What all the opposition? The minor parties form the opposition. The leader of minor parties is called the leader of opposition, and the opposition party has a crucial role to play in the government of the country. Both the majority and the minority are meant to cooperate and work together for the welfare of the people. And here, both the majority and the minority they have to cooperate with the work together for the welfare of the people. The majority cannot ignore the opinion of the minority. It is the duty of the minority to support measures and the policies that will benefit the country. And the majority party, they also cannot ignore the opinion of the minority. What are the things the minority they are saying, the majority have to accept it. And it is the duty of the minority to support the measures and the policies that will benefit the country. That is the opposition. And we can see the conflict and the government's role in the resolving it. Sometimes conflicts occur amongst the people belonging to different religions, classes, or social backgrounds. During a conflict, people may take up violent means to resolve their differences. Use of violence causes a great deal of suffering, loss of life, and poverty. It creates tension among the people who live in the affected areas or whose near and dear one has been injured. And here we can see in many times the conflicts and it is taking place among the different religion, classes, and the social background and all. So to avoid this one during such condition, it is the government which is responsible for resolving conflicts and bringing peace. And who is the responsible one? The government is a responsible one to resolving the conflicts and bringing peace. And we can see here the police and local authorities play a significant role in taking decisions which will solve the problem. And who is taking the decision? The police and so the local authority they are taking the decisions which will solve the problem. For instance, if a religious celebration or the procession is likely to create tension in a certain area, then the police or a local leader may suggest a different venue or route. And when the religious celebration or the procession, the people they are going with the procession and all, if they are thinking that it will make a or it will create some problem, then the police or the local leaders they are suggesting to take the different route. And the local authorities may ensure that the leaders of different communities living in that area arrive at a solution that suit all. The police would also take the precautionary steps to ensure that the celebrations take place peacefully. And if the celebrations and all it is taking place there, the police and the authority, local authority people, they have to ensure that the celebration all have to take it peacefully. And the conflicts may occur between two states or between the state government and the government at the center. For example, there can be conflicts over the sharing of river water between different areas or states through which the river passes. Such issues can be resolved by the bilateral talk between the concerned states or by the intervention of the central government. And if there are taking place, for example, it is saying here the river waters, if we have to share with the different areas or the states and all, who is taking, the state or the central government taking the decisions. And next we can see the equality and justice. Equality and justice are the two key principles which make democracy meaningful. And to get the meaningfully the democracy, if we have to make the democracy meaningfully, there need the equality and the justice. These are the two key principles. And the citizen of a democratic country have equal opportunities in the formation and functioning of government. And the citizen of the democratic country, it is having the equal formation and functioning of government. And second one, the evil practice of untouchability has been abolished, and the government has recognized the right to equality, and special provisions have been made for those social groups which are discriminate. For example, special provisions have been made in our country for women and children, especially the girl child. And we can see the constitution, the article 7 of the universal declaration of human rights states that all are equal before the law. In India, everyone is treated equally before law, irrespective of their sex, color, caste, religion, etc. Citizens need to work together to create a successful democracy. They have to take keen interest in what is going on, be politically informed, and express their opinion fearlessly. They should be willing to participate in the process of decision making in a constructive way. And here the article 7, it is saying all are equal. The all are equal before the law. Before the law, all are equal, and they have to, there is there everyone has to treated equally before the law. Their sex, color, caste, religion, etc. all are treated equally, and all the citizens need to work together to create a successful democracy.